Incredible. Okay, perfect. Hi, 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 hi. Hello, 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 hi. Okay, there we go. It's working. Perfect. All right. We're back again today for another stream. Woo, exciting. Okay, but we're going to do a real serious stream. But before we do the serious stream, we're going to play more Ace Attorney. We have a little thing to get to here, so let me just pull up our dailies. All right, let's do it. Wait a minute. Let's play some music too. Because why not? I like this. Hell yeah. Jujutsu Kaisen. All right, we're looking for a series based off a manga that is action and supernatural. We'll say Yu Yu Hakusho. Let's see. Ooh, okay. Manga, action, adventure, comedy, supernatural with demons. Demon Slayer? Oh, male protagonist. Is that's a tag? That's a tag, male protagonist? Okay. Blue Exorcist. Okay. After 2011. Attack on Titan? 2013. Okay. So it's not that, but it is 2013. Okay. And these scores are pointing down, and they're not very good scores. 2013 anime. Ugh. When was Sword Art Online? Is that 2012? Okay. That's close. 2013. Ugh. It's not an isekai. Close-ish to isekai, but not an isekai. Okay. Supernatural. Parasite has a weird one. I can't remember when Parasite came out. 2014. Okay. Not a horror. Supernatural. Supernatural is always the weird one. A supernatural action series. Nothing to see at all. You've already said enough. 2013 action supernatural series. Based off of a manga. 2013 series based off of a manga. That's action, adventure, supernatural. 2013. 2013 is such a weird year. Oh. It's hard to me remember any anime from 2013. I'm going to skip to the first. I don't recognize that. I don't think it's Dead Man, but I'm going to guess Dead Man Wonderland. Throw that in here. Yeah, it is supernatural. That's 2011 though. Okay. A vampire obsessed with Japanese culture teams up with a ghost and friends to find ways to bring her back to life while exploring the demons. No. Nagatori? Naga. I think I know what this is. Gomi? Shit. It's got a little fucking poor god. Not a vampire. That's not a vampire, though. A vampire obsessed with Japanese culture teams up the ghost. A vampire obsessed with Japanese culture. I don't know of a 2013 anime like that. Blood. Staz Charlie. Vampire Bund? I don't know. It's not Vampire Bund for sure. Blood Lad. Blood Lad. I've never heard of Blood Lad. What? Unrequited Love, huh? Let's look at this. That's crazy. I've never fucking heard of this anime. Blood Lad. Okay. You know what? Fair enough. Take that on the chin. Oh. Okay. Well, that's just ridiculous. That's just ridiculous. That's Howl's Moving Castle. Easy. Oh. Oh, I know this one. Oh, fuck. Yes. Okay. Sabikyo Bisco. I did a video on this anime. I got the Rust thing. Yeah. Sabikyo Bisco. Ooh. Oh, I remember this. Like Megaton or something. Metabots. Megabots. What was it called? Megabots. Show. Metabots. That's it. Metabots. Yeah, I got Metabots. Okay. That's good. That's good. We did pretty decent on that one. Oh, okay. I'm not sure of these two. Both redheads, but I know this guy from Mushishi. And this is Yor from Spy Family. Duh. I'm pretty sure this is the girl from Ancient Magus Bride, but I'm not 100% sure. Why am I blanking on his name? Oh, man. Mushishi. This was a G, I think. Gendo? No. Ghetto? No, it's not that. Pretty sure it starts with a G, but I can't remember it. I'm gonna kill. I hate myself. Ginkgo! Ginkgo, of course. Oh, no. Well, that's Beastars. That's Haru from Beastars. Oh, I don't know these ones. Real Life, Yuru Camp. I should have got that one. I should have got this one. I don't think I know this anime. Hold on. Place Further in the Universe. I've not seen that, unfortunately. Okay. Oh, I know her. I don't know what she's from, though. Rising of the Shield Hero. She's I think she's a princess. I would not have gotten any of these other ones, though. Ah, well. That's unfortunate. All right. Well, pause that. Let's get some openings. No, I recognize it, but I don't know it without the clue. Okay, there's Parasite. Parasite the Maxim. Easy. Okay. I don't recognize it, but let's play this. I don't recognize this. Is this Toilet Bound Hanako? Yes, Toilet Bound Hanako-kun. I have never heard that before, but I kind of recognize the guy. The blurry version of the guy. Oh, okay. Very funky. Let's see. Oh, I'm not gonna know what this is at all. I don't know that. I don't know that at all. It's Dragon Ball Z. I think I've heard mention of this before. I've never watched it. I've heard it mentioned like one time. It's like a really long running gag anime series. But yeah, okay. We'll take that. We'll take that. Okay. Okay. Well, it's it always makes me nervous to see that. That's fine. Oh God. Hmm. Is it just close-ups of women in uniforms? Is that what this is? Okay, we're gonna move on here. I think that's Prison School, I'm gonna guess. Prison School it is. I've never seen it, but yeah, it does. If the uniforms are red, I would believe that as well. If the uniforms are red, that would totally be my guess. Trying to guess endings now because they have endings as an option. Also, hi, Yellow Ring. It wasn't horny enough to be. Prison School's pretty horny. From the only clips I've seen. Also, what is this outro? How you doing? I have no clue what this is. Place to Place. I've never heard of this. Moving on. No. Okay. Oh. Guess the ending is so hard because I have no clue what this is. Dragon Ball Z. Slow start. What's slow start about? Hana Ichinose, a 17-year-old high school student who is not only introverted but also insecure and timid, has just moved and will be attending a new school. To make her situation more difficult, Hana is a slow start, which means she missed a year and worries about attending a class where everyone is younger than her. I see. Okay. Interesting. Well, we got one, kind of. So, final score, 38,500. Pretty good. We'll take that. That's decent. Okay. Let's play some goddamn Ace Attorney. Let's play some goddamn Ace Attorney. Let's play some goddamn Ace Attorney. Okay, can you hear him in the chat? Can you hear some goddamn? Yeah. Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney. He's an Ace Attorney and he's Phoenix Wright. Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney. He's the Ace Attorney and he's Phoenix Wright. That's their theme song. Whoop, 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 whoop. Okay, back to Phoenix Wright. On our first case, we are saving Mystic Maya. Ugh. Which case are you on for Ace Attorney? We're on, I believe, technically the second case of the second game, because there's the tutorial case, and then now we're on the one where Mystic Maya has been accused of murder because she was possessed by a ghost who is accused of killing a doctor man. Very sad. Okay. Well, let's give this a try. What? Prosecutor Von Karma? You mean? No. No, I heard it's his successor this time. Successor? Manfred Von Karma was a really sinister man. He pulled all sorts of nasty tricks so he could win. Also, he could win. He was a man obsessed with the word perfection. He had a perfect record for 40 long years. Who knows what sort of dirty tricks he used to get each of those guilty verdicts. And now his successor? I wonder what kind of person they'll turn out to be. It's no good. Mystic Maya! Pearly? You showed up! Thanks for coming all this way! I was really worried about you. Hey, where's your mother? Didn't you two come together? Mother is watching over the trainees. She said they have training for 2 days straight with no breaks. Huh? Then you came all the way by yourself? Yep, I snuck out of the manor and followed a map. Don't tell me you walked all the way here. Of course not, I ran. I can't, oh my. It takes 2 hours by train, oh man. Pearly, what about the train? Pearl is precious and you must protect her at all costs. Yes, absolutely. When will they be accused of murder? Huh? What's your train? I give up. It's time, isn't it? I'm really scared. What if Von Karma tries to do something to me? At least I know Mr. Edgeworth would be nicer to me than Von Karma. Edgeworth? Who is that? He's Nick's rival. Well, he's also a friend. Objection. I still remember him as though I've seen him only yesterday. Every trial was a scorchingly fierce battle until the very end. Objection. So far, twice. It was always back and forth with them. But when you're rivals for life... Maya! Please don't mention that name ever again. Huh? But why, Nick? I'm sorry, Maya. I forgot you don't know. He's gone. And he's not coming back. What? Wait a second. What's that supposed to mean? Court will commence shortly. Please proceed into the courtroom. Let's go. Now it's not the time to talk about that anyway. Nick? The old district courtroom. Court is now in session for the trial of Maya Faye. Are the prosecution and defense prepared? What is with this kid? Ahem. Mr. Wright, are you prepared? Huh? Yes, Your Honor. Why does he always seem mad at me? Mr. Phoenix Wright. You must be a little shocked because I am a woman, correct? Hold on, so she's the famed successor to Prosecutor Von Karma? I am Franziska Von Karma, the prodigy. I see. I gave up a promising career in Germany and came to this country for one sole reason, da. Revenge. Revenge? Is this about her father, Manfred von Karma? It's like 2 or 3 years old on yeah. I mean, Phoenix is only 25 at this point, you know, so they're similar ages. He's a little younger. If it's something of personal nature, I'm sure you can. Ow! I am talking, yeah. If you interrupt again, my whip will do the speaking for me. Yeah. Please speak with your mouth like a normal person. I beg of you. Yow! Make no mistake, I will defeat you. Prepare to go down, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Prosecutor Von Karma, your opening statement, please. Those of Von Karma blood only have one fate, and that is perfection. The defendant Maya Faye will find no escape from her guilt on my watch. Very well. What is the defense's position? Your Honor, does the defense wish to enter a plea of not guilty? Yes. Foolish fool who foolishly dreams of foolish dreams. 10 minutes. I give the defense 10 minutes before it changes its plea. Duh. That's right. I'll have you running on the justified self-defense plea in no time. Justified self-defense. A plea usually reserved for when a person unintentionally kills in defense of themselves. You could very easily make a solid case that it was self-defense, but... How foolish, huh? If that's how you want to play, Mr. Phoenix Wright, then I should now call the first witness. She's just as scary as her father. Like father, like daughter, I suppose. Witness, your name and occupation. Yes, sir. My name is Dick Gumshoe. I'm a detective at the local precinct. Ah! Get to the point already. Explain to the court the details of this murder, da. Yes, sir. If everyone would please look at this map. The channeling chamber has no windows and the door was locked shut. At the time of the murder, only the victim and the defendant were in the room. What were they doing in there? Well, they were channeling a spirit, sir. Oh, shit. I can't accidentally holding down right click. Skips a few. Gunshots were heard coming from inside the room, sir. A few of the witnesses broke the door down and rushed into the room. And that's where they found the victim was already dead, correct? I believe this is one of the most open and shut cases I've ever presided over. Floor plans. So how was the victim killed? I was about to get to that. Stop wasting my time, then. The direct cause of death was a pistol shot to the forehead, sir. The shot was fired from point-blank range. Before the victim was shot, sir, he was stabbed in the chest. The wound was very severe, but not enough to cause instantaneous death. The murderer used the pistol to finish the victim off after the stabbing. So the victim was stabbed before being shot. This is the victim's autopsy report, sir. After being stabbed in the chest, he was shot in the forehead at point blank. I recently found a guy whose hyperfocus is which detectives could solve Dexter. Dick Gumshoe, the guy argues, would fail without fail because he's sloppy and broke, and Dexter brings donuts all day. That's true. He would fall to the donuts. Dick Gumshoe, he tries his best. Surprise, motherfucker. Anyway. The court accepts it into evidence. Mr. Wright, you may question the witness. Okay. The murder weapon, Detective Gumshoe. Whose pistol was it? It was the victim's. The victim? Now, why would he have... Why would he have a pistol? Who cares, da? The point you are missing is whose fingerprints are on the pistol. On that pistol. If you're already not paying attention to that, then I suggest you start. Fingerprints? There were fingerprints? Along with the victims. The defendant Maya Faves were also on the grip, sir. So the defendant's fingerprints were left on the murder weapon. Ah! I walked right into her hands there. Point blank, huh? So about how far away is that? It's anywhere between 12 to 20 inches away. How do you know he was shot at point blank? Tisk, Mr. Phoenix, right? I grow tired of the foolish foolery of the foolish fools of this foolish court. Let's fool this country. Excuse me? Gunpowder burn. Gunpowder burn. When something is shot from point blank, a burn area is left around the bullet hole. Gunpowder exploding is what makes a bullet fire. And that makes, that gets really hot, pal. And there were definitely some gunpowder burns left in the victim's forehead. Wow. Never knew that. Live and learn, I guess. Stabbed? And what was he stabbed with? A fruit knife. I see. And whose weapon and whose knife was it? It looks like it belongs to the face, sir. And of course, Maya face fingerprints are all over it. All over it, huh? Ugh, this does not look good. Ha ha ha! What will you do now, Mr. Phoenix, right? How severe was the wound? If it had been a half an inch more to the right, it would have hit the victim's heart. After a stab like that, it's impossible to fight back, let alone stand. This testimony makes it sound like Maya had stabbed him with the intent to kill. Are you sure he was stabbed first and then shot? Yep, sure as can be. One look at the wounds, and you come to the same conclusion too, pal. A fool is a fool who will only listen to the foolish opinions of other foolish fools. A pistol shot to the forehead at point blank is certainly enough to kill instantly, da. Does it matter then which was first? Think a little more before you open that big mouth of yours, Mr. Phoenix, right? Ugh, what a pain. That's enough. We have clearly established how the victim was murdered. I brought the two murder weapons with me today. Oh. Small fruit knife belongs to the face. Okay. The date and time of death was June 19th, 3:15 p.m. Da. Okay. Eyewitness claimed to have heard 2 gunshots at this time. And the 2 murder weapons, both with the defendant's fingerprints on them, huh? This does seem like an open and shut case. Naturally, da. This has gone from bad to worse. As if the summary just now wasn't oversimplifying things to the extreme. Your Honor, feel free to slam that little gavel of yours. After all, there's no room left for doubt, is there? That is quite true, Mr. Wright. Yes? Even in the face of all this, do you still wish to plead not guilty? See, just as I promised, Mr. Phoenix, right? You would change your plea in less than 10 minutes. What will you do, Mr. Wright? Will you change to justified self-defense? Because now would be the time to do so. This is your final chance. Huge decision. Plead not guilty. If we plead justified self-defense, we would basically be confessing to murder. After the trial, Maya's life would be ruined, and she'd be labeled a murderer. I can't let that happen. Your Honor, have you reached a conclusion, Mr. Wright? The defense will not change its plea. We will accept nothing short of complete acquittal. You've sealed your fate, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Yes, sir. Present the final portion of your testimony, the final strike. Yes, sir. Oh, yes, of course. Go ahead, detective, and give your testimony. I think the court would like to hear about the other piece of incriminating evidence. We'll hear about that incriminating evidence in a second. Is there any more nuggets?
Yeah.
If I take them?
You want to take a rest, yeah?
Thank you. All right. Incriminating evidence. Sorry, pal, but there's even more incriminating pieces of evidence. This is the costume the defendant was wearing at the time of the crime. As you can see, it's covered in blood. The defendant attacked and killed a person who, without a doubt, was not fighting back. So this is the costume. There certainly is evidence evidence of a back spray of blood on this. This piece directly links Maya Fey to the crime, sir. I see. The court accepts this into evidence. Yeah. Pretty straightforward. All right, Mr. Wright. Maya's fingerprints on both murder weapons and blood and splatters on her clothes. One of these days, they're gonna dock Gumshoe's pay so much that he'll pay the police department rather than receive a salary. He's getting to the edge of that. He's basically volunteering. Which, you know, volunteering being a cop, it's a choice. It's a choice. Could this situation get any worse? Ha! What's wrong? You seem to be at a loss. I think this is the last piece of testimony the prosecution should have to offer. Feel free to suck off with your tail between your legs, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Please stop calling me by my full name. It's disturbing. Hold it. Maya's costume? Yeah, she was wearing this when we arrested her. Maya, she's wearing her channeling costume today too. Is she not allowed to wear anything else? There's blood in the costume. The lab results show that it is the victim's blood. Those lab results work fast. Could things possibly get any worse, Phoenix muses, right before things get worse? Always. They always get worse in the Phoenix Wright case. Until they get better, they are getting worse. So there is blood from the victim on the defendant's clothes. Definitely not good. So were there any other clues you could glean from this piece of evidence? Well... If you must change the topic, then the good detective here must testify again. But too bad, not enough time. Let's move on. Yes, Miss Von Karma, that is perfectly correct. Grr. Even the judge is on her side. If I bite off more than I can chew here, what should I do? Press further. Why is Miss Von Karma suddenly putting up resistance? There must be a reason as to why she suddenly threw out an objection like that. There must be something about this costume. I just have to look harder. Mr. Wright. Miss Von Karma's logic is perfect. There's no way for you to poke a hole in it. Alright, looks like my time is up. So about the costume. There's one little thing. Your Honor? Actually, there is something very wrong with this piece of evidence. But what? What are you talking about, pal? Where is this problem you're talking about? I've come this far. There's no turning back now. The problem I have with this piece of evidence here is... Oh, right there. I asked the court to please take a look at the sleeve of this costume. The sleeve? There's a tiny hole here. A hole? But that wasn't in the report. Hold on. What's this around the hole? It smells faintly like gunpowder. Gunpowder? No one ever told me. A hole that smells of gunpowder. Looks like I found the hole I was looking for. Order! Order! This is a very grave matter. It's best to correct the court record first before anything else. Okay. Is she actually smiling? What else is she hiding? Pull yourself together, detective. The tiny hole doesn't change a thing. The strength of evidence still holds. Continue with your testimony. That just now was a fluke, nothing more. How can you say something like that? This is a huge oversight. Well, I agree it is a mistake on the part of the police. What Prosecutor Von Karma has said is true. The evidence still stands. If you not find a more definitive problem with the evidence, then... No way! Detective Gumshoe, please continue with your testimony. Yes, sir. He wasn't fighting back? How do you know if he was or wasn't? We can find no evidence that the victim put up any sort of struggle, pal. Depending on this, the circumstances around this murder could change drastically. We're in trouble right now. If only I had something to prove that the victim did fight back. That Von Karma, she thinks she could decide the verdict with testimony alone? Well, I'll find a critical contradiction somehow, and then I'll save her. Sorry, pal, but there's even more incriminating piece of evidence. This is the costume the convict was wearing at the time of the crime. I can see it's covered in blood. As you can see, it's covered in blood. Defendant. Okay, well, let's press on that. Hold it. All right, I'll give you that. The blood splatter is from the victim. But what is this hole in the sleeve? The smell of gunpowder clearly gives away that it is a bullet hole. As if little things like that matter. But they do. A bullet hole in the sleeve, blood splattered all over the costume. Neither of these things can change the fact that the defendant killed the victim. Killed and slaughtered them. Da. An attack and kill the person who without a doubt was not fighting back. Press on it. Press on it, King. He wasn't fighting back? How do you know if he was or wasn't? We could find no evidence that the victim put up any sort of struggle, pal. Well, I'll find a critical contradiction somehow, then I'll have her. Sorry, pal. Evidence. Costume. Ow. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Your Honor, that statement contradicts this evidence. Oh, no, that didn't do it. Okay, well, that's not good. That's not good. Okay, not accurate. Okay, didn't go so well. The only line I haven't pressed. Let's press this. Why didn't you say so in your testimony earlier? You're kind of scary today, you know, pal. Come now, Mr. Wright. There's no need for that kind of attitude in my court. All right? Just please stop glaring at me like that. You can see it's covered in blood. Trying to think where I would go with this. Maya's costume? Yeah, she was wearing, what's when we arrested her. Let's try pushing a little more on some of these. Alright, I'll give you that, but the bullet splatters from the victim. Objection! Those little things like that matter, but they do. A bullet hole in the sleeve, blood splatter of the costume. Neither of these things can change the fact the defendant killed the victim. Probably on the right path, yeah. There's something more to this costume. Come now, detective, you're wasting precious time. Yes, sir. Okay. Hmm. This is hard. What do we think is connected here? Tried to fall asleep at the wheel? No. I think patients died. Huh. Okay. Well, this is a hard one. Two shots fired. No, that doesn't work. Shit. Let's press on this again. He wasn't fighting back. How do you know he was or wasn't? In final evidence, the victim put up any sort of struggle. So the murderer have a fight with him, with the victim or not. Depending on this, the circumstances on this murder charge could change drastically. Okay. Proof that he fought back. Well, isn't this proof that she fought back? Since there's a gunshot, there's a bullet hole there. I don't know. That's weird. I don't know. It's weird. What would go with this kind of case? Stabbed in the chest and shot at point blank range. Gunpowder residue used around the bullet. Ah, fuck. Hold on, let me see something. I looked it up and it's stupid. I looked it up because I thought it was weird and it's stupid. It's stupid. I don't like this. Why do they make me do this? Detective Dick Gumshoe. Yes? Having you call me by my full name is kind of a weird feeling. You said my client killed a person who, without a doubt, was not fighting back. Yeah, I did. Then what, may I ask, is the bullet hole you police overlook supposed to mean? What does it mean? I'll tell you what it means. It means the victim had fired off a shot. Is this not what it means to not fight back? You're right. It seems you're correct. If the victim had tried to shoot the defendant, then it would change everything. All right. The wind seems to be shifting. Ha! What is with that "are you finished yet" laugh? Are you finished yet, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Miss Von Karma. It seems that my affair was shot at by the victim. However, that is only grounds enough to support a justified self-defense plea. That's correct. But I'm sure you remember, Your Honor, what the defense clearly said. They rejected a justified self-defense and pleaded not guilty. Why, that's right. Which means the defense has yet to prove nothing at all, duh. No. Well, yes, that's true. Furthermore, just the fact that there is a bullet hole in the costume is not enough to substantiate even a plea of justified self-defense. Huh? How so? Don't just stand there. Hurry up and tell the court what transpired that day. With the new information we acquired added in, of course. Huh? You mean by myself? You want me to put together the scenario all by myself? Yes, sir. Right away, sir. During the channeling, the defendant saw her chance to stab the victim in the chest. Of course, the victim used the last of his strength to fight back, sir. While the two were fighting, the victim took out his gun. The victim took a shot, but missed because they were too close. He missed. The victim took a shot, but because they were too close... The victim took a shot, but because they were too close, he missed. The defendant then picked up on the opening and took the victim's gun and ended it. The scenario you have put together does make sense. Yes, sir. Well, Mr. Wright? On the surface, it does seem to make sense. However, I won't give up that easily. But please refrain from glaring at me like that. Now then, your cross-examination, please. Why? There's quite a difference of height between Dr. Gray and the defendant. And in body strength, and it seems unlikely the defendant could have stabbed the victim. Now that you mention it, yeah, I guess. You think you can get away with such flimsy reasoning, Mr. Phoenix, right? Maya Fey was in the middle of channeling, was she not? When channeling with the Kirin channeling technique, the medium physically changes. Duh. With the nurse's build, the defendant could have easily been the match for the doctor. I don't believe it. She even studied up on the Kirin channeling technique? Wham! Like I said before, I am perfect! I am most perfect prosecutor, da. About what you were talking about, I don't quite get it. Never mind. Let's continue with the testimony. Of course, the victim used the last of his strength to fight back, sir. So he was stabbed, but the stab wound didn't kill him. But if you think about it, the blood loss was probably hurt pretty bad. How badly hurt would you say he was? Actually, I went to give blood the other day, and afterward I felt a little lightheaded and dizzy. I guess the damage was maybe about 10 times the dizziness. So sorry. While the two are fighting, the victim took out his gun. Hold it. Where in the world did the pistol come from? It looks like the victim, Dr. Gray, had specifically bought it for that day. But a handgun? He got off the black market about 2 days before the murder. Why did Dr. Gray bring a gun? Was he taking precautions against something? The victim took a shot because they were too close. He missed. Okay. She's saying a bullet hole in this costume was made then? Sorry, pal, but yeah, that's what I think. The two of them were already fighting when the shot even began. When the shot was fired. Maya was... I'm really glad you weren't hurt. Maya's never fired a gun before in her life. The victim has already taken off the safety. With the safety off, even an amateur like you can fire just by pulling the trigger. Even me? I wonder. Now do you understand? Avon Karma's logic is perfect. His testimony certainly makes us look very bad. There's gotta be a contradiction in there somewhere. And it's gonna uncover the truth. I can feel it. Okay, let's see. Okay. Let's see. Two were fighting, the victim took out his gun. Victim took a shot, and then they were too close. He missed. I'm gonna stand up for a second. Oh. I'm tired. Anyhow. Okay. What about this? No, I didn't do it. Oh, I might be getting... Alright, we're gonna do a quick little save-a-rooney here. Okay, victim took a shot. Because they were too close, he missed. So you're saying that the bullet hole in this costume was made then? Sorry, pal, but yeah, that's what I think. Two of them were already fighting when the shot was fired. I'm really glad you weren't hurt. Okay. Mai's never fired a gun before in her life. The victim already taken off the safety. With the safety is off, even an amateur like you can fire it just by pulling the trigger. Even me, I wonder. Now do you understand? Karma's logic is perfect. Testimony certainly makes it look bad. There's got to be a contradiction in there somewhere. But why?
Objection!
Okay, channeling current. This is build. I believe she knows that. It's crazy. Okay. We've already gone through this conversation here. Hold it. Stab wound didn't kill him. Think about the blood loss. He was probably hurt pretty bad. How badly hurt would he say he was? Actually, I went to get blood the other day. Ack. Okay, I see. Okay. We are really presenting this one a lot. Right here. Objection! Missing the tiny hole in this costume will be the prosecution's undoing. Eh? What do you mean? This little hole was actually created a huge hole in your testimony. Explain yourself, Mr. Wright. You said the two of them were fighting when the victim fired his gun point blank. Jesus Christ, what is wrong with this piece of shit? Sorry. Peter's just being a piece of shit. That's fine. Okay. If that were true, then where's the gunpowder burn on this costume? Gunpowder burn? That's what you testified earlier. When something is shot from point blank, a burn area is left around the bullet hole. Oh! There's not a single trace of gunpowder burn on this costume. That is a very good point. And what exactly does this mean? It means that when the shot was fired, they were standing apart from each other. I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed, Mr. Phoenix, right? You think you can punch a hole in my logic with that? With wishy-washy thinking like that, anyone can explain anything away, duh. Then I implore you to disprove my line of thinking. Let's see. In the middle of the fight, the victim pushed the defendant away. And it was then when they separated that he fired. How was that? As if that was even possible. According to the testimony, the wound from the stabbing was severe. Very severe. The victim would not have had the strength to push the defendant very far after that. Gah! Well, then... That's right. The defendant must have pushed the victim away. After stabbing him, she must have put some space between the doctor and herself. And then while she was preparing to strike again, the doctor took his shot. There, that should satisfy even you. That does not make an awful lot of sense. What do you think, Mr. Wright? I must be careful. I can't afford to make a mistake here. Concentrate and think. Something doesn't make sense. There's a fatal flaw in her argument, Your Honor. Fatal? Flaw? Yow! Very interesting. I would love to hear what the flaw is. Show me something that contradicts my explanation. There has to be a snag in her explanation somewhere. Put some distance between them before rushing in to make the final blow. And when she was about to strike, the doctor took his shot. See a piece of evidence that contradicts this line of thinking. Eight inches off the ground, huh? This? This is a piece of evidence that destroys your logic. What is that, a folding screen? I'd like to point out the court's attention to the hole in this folding screen. Ah! It looks like you already know what I'm talking about. Who? Where? What? Mr. Wright, your explanation, please. These two really are that Are these two really that clueless? The bullet went through the defendant's sleeve first and then the folding screen. It passed through at a height of approximately 8 inches off the ground, which means... when the shot was fired, Maya, the defendant, was not getting ready to strike, but was actually squatting low to the ground. Order! Order! This changes everything. Please look at this diagram of the crime scene. The victim, Dr. Gray, was here when the shot was when he was shot. The bullet hits this folding screen. It hit this location about 8 inches off the ground. At this time, the defendant was in this area. Somewhere around here. Uh-oh. The judge's face is scrunched up like he just smelled some serious bad breath. That is, Wait, I just realized I forgot to brush this morning. Excuse me while I freshen up. Sure. In the meantime, I want you to think things through again, Mr. Wright. What? 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 Of course, whoops. What's done is done. For now, I should focus on where Maya was at the time of the crime. Somewhere around here. Uh-oh. No! I failed! No! I don't know where she was. Come on, that's rude. And we got this. All right, we're gonna skip through all this. Come on, we gotta get through it. Objection! The screen. Oh. Okay. Just left. Weird. Okay. Just left to the bullet hole. Right here? Oh, hold on. What? What the fuck? I hate these ones. I hate these ones. Where the fuck? Hold on. I need to look at this because this is annoying as fuck. Uh... Hmm. I hate these ones because I feel like it's just so arbitrary. Like, I don't know. Whatever. Okay, we know that part. It's all good. Forgot this kid's built. It's been a while. Yeah. I've never played it before. I'm not feeling my sharpest. Alright, we got this. Alright. Yes. Okay. All right. Let's try this again. To the left of this. But wait a second. We know the defendant was close to the ground based on the height of the bullet hole. But how can you gauge the distance from that? Isn't it possible the defendant was standing much closer to the victim? That's impossible. But why? You of all people should know the answer to that question, Miss Von Karma. If she were shot from somewhere closer, there would be gunpowder burns present. However, there is nothing of the sort around the bullet hole of this costume. Ah, darn! Curse you, Mr. Phoenix, right? You? I believe it has now been proven that the defendant was standing a ways from the victim when she was shot at. But you think this has changed the defendant's situation? It changes everything. Honestly, Your Honor, this changes everything. The prosecution has claimed that the defendant was aiming to kill by stabbing. If that were true, delivering the final strike with the knife would be ideal. However, where and what was the defendant doing at the time? Squatting all the way by the folding screen. Exactly. If Maya Fey was the real murderer, why would she be by the folding screen instead of preparing to strike? Upon further consideration, it does make very little sense. Yeah, I figured there had to be a reason. Figuring things out and proving the logic behind everything is your job. Oof. Alright, with this, the rest of the trial should be in the bag. Uh-oh. Blast radius, ugh. You are such a smart man, Mr. Phoenix, right? To think that you've been able to take a completely hopeless case to this point. Now I know why Papa had a tough time with you, You amuse me. Ugh, of all the things to inherit, why did she have that smarmy smile? Detective, how dare you damage my perfect logic? Huh? How is this all my fault? You can start a panning or standing by first removing that 3-strand goatee. Oh, and rest assured your punishment will come later, da. Punishment? Well then, Your Honor, I think I've had all I can take of this detective's face. I think it's time to call in the next witness, da. Next witness? It's gotta be Lotta. Very well. The court will take a 5-minute recess. After we reconvene, we will hear from the next witness. To be continued. Okay, we made it. Yes, we'll save progress. We got Torrent in that one. Oof. Like, oof. Oof. Okay. Whew, that was a close one. I know you were giving it all your all to defend me, but I could feel the death penalty hanging in the air. I felt like I was pretty close to dying myself. But you're wonderful out there. You listened carefully at my theories and tricked everyone into believing you. Thanks. Wait, tricked? That must be the lawyer's secret technique, why? By the way, Is the next witness who I think it is? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Lotta Hart. Oof. I guess there's no escaping her, huh? Remember, Nick, you promised us you'd save me. If I lose, me and my sister's ghost will come after you and haunt you. Your sister? You're talking about Mystic Mia? Yeah, do you remember her, Pearly? My sister was a super good lawyer. She was also Nick's teacher. Oh, I didn't know that. Bop. Court will now reconvene. Now for the first order of... Ow! I don't want to hear it, you old man. After I call my witness, sit there quietly and watch like a good little boy, da. Yes, sir. Bring in the photographer who witnessed the channeling, ya. Witness, your name and occupation, if you please. Hey, Phoenix, how you doing? Just fine. Sorry about this. Didn't exactly have a choice, you know? Yowza! Name and occupation. I do declare, what in tarnation? Hey, Judge, this here is violence against my fair self. That's fine. That's fine. That ain't fine. That's a whip. Yeah! There's no need for foolish outcries from foolish fools. Just hurry up and testify about what happened on the day of the murder, da. I haven't even got to say my name and job yet. My name's Lotta Hart, paranormal photographer, and I'm here to testify. Testify, I tell you, testify. Now, let's all be one big happy family, okay? What the fuck are you talking about, Judge? Witness account. Only the doc and the defendant went to the channeling chamber. We're waiting outside the door, and then bang, we hear this gunshot. Mr. Lawyer then broke the door down, and we rushed into the room. Inside was the dead victim and the defendant, waving a pistol around. I swear, other than those two, there was no one else in that room. And did you take a picture of the scene right after the murder took place? Reckon, of course. Excuse me? Reckon, of course. It's short for you reckon, of course. It's short for you reckon? Of course I did. Does it look like I care? Just hurry up and show your picture to the court, y'all. The moment of truth. What will be in that picture? Let's say here. This here's the picture. It would certainly seem only the defendant and the victim were in the room. Are you ready, Mr. Phoenix Wright? I will clear all doubt about Maya through this cross-examination. I have a plan. Let's look at this. Isn't this like the Dobby, like Brian pose? Like it looks like it's like the. I feel like I've seen it like this meme before. That's fine. Okay. Just watch me. Don't believe me, just watch. How? Only the doc and the defendant went into the channeling chamber. What's everything? All those two went in? What are you blabbering about? You were there too, were you not? Irk. Why don't you answer that yourself? Was it really just the two of them? Yes. Dr. Gray and Maya were the only two that went to the room. But hold on. We can't have the defense testifying against his own client. Anyway, folks, only the two of them went into the channeling chamber, you hear? But you know what? But you knew that from the very beginning, didn't you? Witness, continue. Was it really a gunshot? Are you insane? You must have heard it as well. Why don't you testify for the court, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Was it really a gunshot? Yes. I think it was something that sounded sort of like a gunshot. And why are we here listening to the defense testify? And the world just became a little crueler. Crueler. I heard a gunshot a long time ago, so I know. And I tell you, that was a gunshot I heard. Now this is where the story heats up. Mr. Lawyer there, broke the door down. I rushed to the room. So let me get this straight. This Mr. Lawyer there broke the door down. Honestly, Mr. Phoenix Wright, why don't you tell us what happened then? Yes, Miss Von Karma, I broke the door down, sorry. I was feeling like an inquisition. I love that he just keeps, like, clarifying, like, his own, what happened himself. It's like, yeah, I was there. I was the person who did that. No need for apologizing. That was great. You're a real man. Oh, really? That's something I would have liked, to see. They're just smiling rather openly. I take it that's a good sign. And what did you see once you broke in? Are you sure it was the defendant, defendant Maya Fey? Sure, I'm sure. Well, that seems awfully confident in her testimony. Press harder. Load up. Please think back to that day one more time. But what you getting at? Remember what you said when you broke into the room? I was murdered. A lot of times like this are perfect for snapping up shots. But anyway, what's going on here? This gal, is she Maya? When you saw the murderer at that time, you couldn't even tell if it was Maya Fey or not, am I correct? Well, you see... Order, Miss Hart! Order, Miss Hart! You're here to present accurate testimony. Yeah, sorry. Good. This shifts things back to my side. For a defense attorney, your defense is terribly lacking, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Witness, think back to the... two windows to enter the channeling chamber. When they entered? One of those people that entered the channeling chamber was Maya Fey, correct? Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it was Maya that went in. It looks like we've come to a collective conclusion. The person in this picture is most certainly Maya Fey. Exactly, da. Rats. And I'm trapped like one. Again. Okay, I'll press on this. Are you absolutely certain of that? Sure am. That old witch chases out of the room, so... Old witch? Does she mean Morgan Fey? But there's no one else in there, and you know it. The channeling chamber was very dark, almost pitch black. Was there really no one else in there? What about... behind the folding screen? What about behind the folding screen? Did you check back there? Rick Given? What in the... Rick Given, you know, you reckon? That's a given. I took me a good look around the room once. Ain't no way anyone's hanging out behind the that folding screen. May I have a word with you, Miss Hart? What? You got a problem? Rick Given. I mean, I'm having a little difficulty in understanding you. If you would stop saying such things as Rick Given, Now then, Mr. Phoenix Wright, do you see the problem with the testimony, don't you? Or don't you? Just as I thought. There's nothing wrong with this with her testimony. I was with her, so I know she's telling the truth. Enough. Seems that there's no issues with Miss Hart's testimony. At the time of the crime, the only two people that were in the channeling chamber: the victim, Dr. Turner Gray, and the defendant, Maya Fey. The face of the defendant cannot be verified in this picture. However, if we think about the circumstances, it would have to be the defendant. What am I gonna do if we just let this go? What is it, Mr. Wright? You look as if you've had something to say. I think we're in the wrong room. I'm gonna have the judge against me. Is there anything I can present that would prove Maya is not the one in the photo? Present evidence. Your Honor, Mr. Wright. It's possible the person in this photo is not the defendant. What? Do you know what you're proposing? Yeah, that's just plain fools talking. Thanks, guys. Your show support's great. Now then, Mr. Wright, please show the court some proof. Prove to this court that the person in this photo is not Maya Fey. Here's your proof. Objection. Is there a problem? Oh no, I thought I would work on my own inflections. I'm just wondering what an objection with a twist of "you're wrong" sounds like. Mr. Wright, I'm sorry, but I don't follow your logic. What? Shoot. That's when showing enough evidence. What? No, that does work as evidence, doesn't it? Shows there's another way for people to get in. No. No, I don't see it. Give up. Well, Mr. Wright? Nothing, Your Honor. That's very smart of you, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You really should give up trying to prove this is not Maya Fey. I didn't say anything about giving up. I just don't have the right piece of evidence to prove my argument. That's enough! Is that it? Is this all I could do? I think it's quite obvious that to this court that a verdict of guilty is not possible. I told you, not guilty is not possible. Totally 100% impossible. Miss Von Karma, do you have any further questions for this witness? Having established the defendant's guilt, further questioning won't be needed. What about the defense? No further questions, I presume? I couldn't protect Maya. The defense... Phoenix, you can't make that kind of face. A lawyer is someone who smiles, no matter how bad it gets. I don't think that's a true thing. I don't think that's a thing people know about lawyers. But Mia! Oh my. I guess I made it just in time, wouldn't you say? But pearls! Her clothes are a bit small. Anyway, what are you waiting for, Phoenix? Let's go. But how? She's already taken away every advantage. The advantage is still in your hand. Think carefully. One more time about what you saw in the channeling chamber. You remember what you told me yesterday? Dr. Gray! I was murdered. What? Lotta, at a time like this? Times like this are perfect for snapping up shots. Oh. Oh, yeah, there's another picture, isn't there? Mia? Question Lotto one more time, Phoenix. I don't know if she's doing it unconsciously or on purpose, but she's not testifying truthfully. Please wait, Your Honor. The defense would like to request that the witness testify one more time. Overruled. I'm afraid you're too late, Mr. Wright. The cross-examination is already ended. Furthermore, any It's fine. I'll allow another testimony. Von Karma's case is perfect, absolutely flawless. And what better time than this for you to see that? But I mean... I have some place I must go after this. I got a hot date, I tell you. I've shaved my head just for this. All right, I'll allow it. Miss Hart, hurry up and give us another testimony. Well, heck, what am I supposed to talk about? Please tell us once more what happened when you burst into the channeling chamber. Okay, you got it. See? You got through the judge somehow, right? Well, actually, it was Von Karma's whip that got through to him, but I get what you mean. I get what you mean. It's fine. What, tarnation? When we broke into that room, all I could focus on was Maya. I was, kind of scared of the dead body, so I didn't take a good look at it. I'm really bad when it comes to blood and ghosts and stuff. But I still managed to put my camera to Maya and take a shot. Nothing sounds different from before. Some parts of her testimony were very vague. I should press her on those sections. Struggle all you like as you taste the bitterness of your defeat. Well, amuse me with your useless questions, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I'm waiting. So what did she look like? You know, she looked almost like a different person. A different person? She may have seemed like a different person, however, she was still Maya Fey. We have already made that point abundantly clear. Yes, that is true. Well then. I was kind of scared of that body, so I didn't take a good look at it. And perhaps that body was not Dr. Gray's at all. Eh? Well, I reckon that's possible. If the body inside that room was not of Dr. Gray, then whose body was it, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Well... What if it was that Maya Fey after the channeling? Or maybe... Ow! Foolish, foolish, Patrick, foolish, foolishness. Just as I expected of foolish fools such as you. So foolish, da. If that were the case, then that would mean Maya Fey was in fact dead. And that would make the defense check quite a lonely place, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it? Heck, sorry, Maya. Are y'all done here? Can I continue? And even doing that, you still persist in being a paranormal photographer. That's why I'm getting out of this here business. Just ain't no good. Just ain't no good for my psyche. This guy's gonna get the dirt on the stars and be a tabloid photographer from now on. She goes through job tests and the baby goes through diapers. Wah! Mr. Phoenix, right? Would it kill you to stay on topic for a change? Well, would it, Mr. Wright? Nice tag team in stereo, but I guess I should be grateful it's not 5. It's not 5.1. But I still managed to make. But I still managed to make my camera. Put my camera in mine and take a shot. 2, right? Two what? 2 shots. You took 2 shots. But only one has been submitted as evidence. Miss Hart, where is the other picture you've been withholding? No, you've got it all wrong. It's not me. I didn't mean anything bad. I know I could be a little mean, but I ain't evil. At least she knows herself. Why have you not shown me this other picture to the? Why have you not shown this other picture to the court yet? Well, ain't it obvious? That prosecutor woman told me to shut my trap about it. But what? Von Karma. Miss Von Karma, you're hiding critical evidence? Unforgivable, Von Karma. Suppressing evidence like this? You're just as bad as your father. Your Honor, the defense asks that Prosecutor Von Karma be held in contempt of court. Well, yes. Oh. Me in contempt of court? That can't be serious. But you hid evidence from the court on purpose. That's it's not fair. Phoenix, are you a lawyer or a school child? Yeah, I was so angry I lost my composure. Miss Von Karma, would you care to explain yourself to the court? I thought this picture was not important. That's no need to submit it. That's all. How could you think? The pictures are more or less the same, so why bother with the second? I mean, it's just so much more trouble than it's worth for me to submit this as evidence. But more trouble, but that's more trouble than it. But more trouble that it's worth than it's worth. How can you say that? If you want to see it that badly, I submitted. Oh. Damn, that's some chest. What is this picture? It's obviously the second picture the witness took that day at the scene of the crime. Well, it's a little off-center, but that's what you get when you with a nervous amateur. I think the important part here is the person is in this picture. Is the person in this picture? That's most definitely not Maya Fey. What is the meaning of this? This might be the break I was looking for. Now, should I or should I not insist the person in this picture is not Maya Fey? I think you have to drop the issue. It's no good. We've been through this so many times. This is not like you, Mr. Wright. Why are you not objecting? The person's photo is clearly not the defendant, and yet... Ha 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 ha! There's no way he can raise an objection and hope to leave. Explain yourself! Your Honor, I would like you to take a look at this picture, da. This was taken yesterday at the detention center's visitors room. This is Mr. Phoenix Wright and the defendant, Maya Fey, during his visit. Maya Fey? But, isn't this a totally different person? She looks this way because she's obviously in the middle of channeling a spirit, da. It's unbelievable that she can... Yet it is the truth. When Maya Fey is in that state, she physically changes into the person she's calling. Miss Von Karma, a word if I may. Mia? Taking pictures of someone during a private visit is illegal. Surely you must know that this picture cannot be submitted as evidence. Obviously, I know this picture is illegal, but I never intended to submit it as evidence in the first place. What is she... From the moment I showed the court this picture to the court, this case became all mine. After all, this image now has been forever burned into the judge's mind. I don't have even a single witty line. I don't claim to understand this, and I still cannot believe it. Are you saying that this person is the defendant, Maya Fey? If I give up here, the trial will end. But if I slip up and say something wrong, it will cost me. Is there any way I can prove the person in the picture is not Maya Fey? I don't think I can prove that. It's no good. My argument doesn't hold any water. I see the defense is staying silent on this one. Yes, Your Honor. And to think, I even gave you a chance to prove your point for free. But you couldn't even point yourself at it in the lineup. Yes. Well then, I believe we have reached a conclusion. Phoenix! Yes? You can't give up. Please, for me. Take a look at the court records again and try to find some way out of this jam. I'll give it another shot. The judge is about to close the trial. You can't let that happen. It's come down to this. Your Honor? Within this picture lies a critical contradiction to all the testimony up until now. What is it now, Mr. Wright? That's enough. Wait. What? Wait, hold on, I didn't even present anything. Okay. Okay, well. Try that again. I can prove it. Your Honor. Oh, the fire's returned to your eyes, I see. This picture. Then the picture lies a critical contradiction to all the testimony up until now. A contradiction? So you think you've spotted a problem with this picture? Then earn your keep. Oh, hold on a second. Please direct your attention here. To the sleeve? But there isn't anything odd about it. And that's exactly what's odd. Something that should be there is suddenly missing. Should be there? Duh! There was a bullet hole in the sleeve of the defendant's costume. If that's the case, then it should be in this picture as well. Miss Von Karma, you intend to hide this valuable piece of evidence? You will most certainly be assigned a penalty for this. All right, this should do some major damage to her argument. Don't celebrate yet. I like to bring the mood down now, don't you? Take a look at Miss Von Karma's face. Ah, she's got that condescending grin plastered all over her face again. Tisk, tisk, tisk. Jumping the gun, I see, Your Honor. Jump the gun, you see. Your Honor, I'd like to extend an apology on behalf of those incompetent fools. But what does it mean? What incompetent fools? If those fools down at the precinct hadn't missed the bullet hole, I would have gotten a report about it. As I didn't, I could not have known that that this picture would have any value to this case. I see. She's lying through her teeth, I know it. That woman knew everything, the bullet hole, the picture, everything. You can't prove that. Franziska Von Karma's idea of a perfect case is quite fascinating, don't you think? Your Honor, you need not worry. If you must assign a penalty, I'll personally make sure that the detective gets what's coming to him. I'm sure there will be a great gnashing of teeth at his next salary discussion. Poor Gumshoe. Poor Gumshoe and his salary. In any case, this is a very big problem. When the defendant was taken into custody, her costume had a bullet hole in the sleeve. However, from this photo, it would appear that right after the shooting, there was none. Judge is confused by this strange twist of events. This is your chance, Phoenix. Load all you've got into this one shot. Got it. Watch this, Maya. Your Honor! There's only one logical explanation for the contradiction. The shooter is someone else. The defense sleeve had a bullet hole in it. However, this person clearly doesn't. There's only one explanation. The person who shot Dr. Gray is not the defendant, but a different person altogether. What? Order! 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 If order is not restored, I will suspend this trial. Why me? The defense's argument is a complete mess. A complete mess? I fail to see how. Please enlighten us. Hey, witness! Ah! What the heck? Is that a way to ask Gal for a favor? Be quiet, you! You're the one who said it was only the two of them when you entered the room, duh. Well, you know. You're lying. I swear that my whip would be the last thing you see. Look, sis. You look at mascara, so why don't we say you... Well, I swear, I wasn't lying or nothing. There wasn't anyone else in there. There wasn't anyone else in there, honest. You see? Now riddle me this, Mr. Phoenix, right? Where did the defendant vanish to? And where did this other woman appear from? Why is that all I want to do is cry? Well, if the person in this picture is not the defendant, then this poses two very big questions. First, where did the defendant vanish to? And second, where did this person come from? That's right. Now hurry up and answer, Mr. Phoenix, right? Come on. You can't fall apart here, Phoenix, right? I can't believe that even Mia's calling me by my full name. I mean... How am I supposed to prove something like this? Had enough yet, Mr. Phoenix, right? Or do you think you have enough in you to turn things around even now? To turn things around. That's right. You would always turn things around and change your perspective. Phoenix? So where did this intruder appear from, and where did Maya disappear to? I need to look at this situation from a different angle. Let's see. What if before we broke in, a third person was already in the room? And what if Maya had left that room somehow? If I could prove that either of those conditions were true... Mr. Wright, let's hear what you've come up with. I think what happened before we forced our way into the channeling chamber is... Maya had left the room. Maya had left the channeling chamber at some point, and the defense can prove this. Oh, how a foolish fool makes a foolish face while dreaming foolish dreams. Maya Fey was being looked after by her aunt Morgan Fey. The chances of her leaving the crime scene is lower than the detective's salary. Anyway, let's see some evidence. Prove that from the murder until the time of the arrest, the defendant had left the room. I always think it has to be the key. Is the key the key? Miss Hart, do you remember this key? Well, I've seen it. Hey, that's the channeling chamber key, right? Before the channeling started, Maya locked the door from inside with that. The defendant herself locked the door? Yeah, that's why we all couldn't get the door open. That key's the only one, that key's the only one of its kind after all. Oh, one of a kind, you say? Wait. Mr. Phoenix, right? Yes? Looks like she's catching on. I'm afraid to ask, but... why is that key currently in your possession? Huh? What do you mean? If Maya Fey locked herself in, then the key should have been with her. Yes, agreed. However, she did not have the key at the time of her arrest. Ah, why ain't that a kick? How come you're holding it? I got this as a present from a certain little girl. And that little girl was nowhere near the crime scene at the time. That's preposterous. This means that Maya Fey must have left the room. If she had not, then I would not be holding this key as you see before you. No! No! No, da. It seems we've come to an impasse. This picture's clearly captured the face of the murderer. However, this person, the defendant, is this person the defendant or not? The defense is arguing that the person is not the defendant. Furthermore, as proof, this key has been submitted as evidence. Miss Von Karma? How can this be? At this point in time, a verdict of the defendant's guilt is not possible. My perfect case! How is there a flaw in my perfect case? Don't think you've won yet, Mr. Phoenix, right? I am a prodigy. I have never lost a case. I don't intend to lose here, in this courtroom, to a fool like you. Yeah. I don't care what I have to do. I'll get my guilty verdict. That's enough. If you would like to continue, do so in the lobby. Court will reconvene tomorrow at 10 a.m. That is all. Court is adjourned. I'm going to Margaritas. Sing it away at Margaritaville. The judge has to get his sauce. Wow! That was you, Pearly? You saw my sis? Yeah. I felt like I had no choice. Great going, Pearly. I knew you were special. Hey, Nick, did you know? Yeah, it's not like anyone else in the courtroom there could have done that, so. Nick. I know you're trying really hard and all, but I really don't remember ever leaving that room. I don't think that a third person could have gone into that womb. Yeah. Well, at least we have until tomorrow to figure things out. Like what happened in that room, for instance. Yeah, I'm counting on you. I envy the two of you. I envy the two of you. Oh, by the way, Nick. Do you think you could take Pearly back home for me? Sure. Alright, Pearls. Ready to go buy some tickets? Huh? A ticket? Poor thing. So sheltered. To be continued. Alright. Okay, for that. It's gonna be a quick stream. We're gonna call it here for now. I'm a bit tired, so I gotta do some other things here. But that was a lovely time. We got some stuff done. We are closing in on the case here. We're taking our time with Phoenix, right? I don't want to rush it too fast, you know what I mean? Take my time, enjoy it. So I'll be back on Friday with some more Smite 2. Very excited to get back on some Smite 2. The new patch. The game is just in a really fun state right now, so I'm really excited to get back on that. I have a lot of fun playing Smite right now, but I'm going to go for now. Thank you again for turning out. Thank you, Yellow Ring, for chatting. And I hope you all have a great day, a great night, whatever it is you're having, and stay rad. Goodbye now. Goodbye. Goodbye now. Goodbye. Let me just double check something. Hold on. No. Okay. Yeah, I got nothing. All right. Goodbye. 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 Goodbye.